got the end. Going for long on first and the 10. Gotta go hard, we gotta get all. No loss or excuses, cause we gotta win. They say they sleep, must not be a fan. Get at your mans and mess up your plans. Look at your stands and look at your hands. I do what I want and you do what you can.
All right, welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Tailback, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Gone! Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
There we go, G. That's the way to hit.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Leopard!
They'll set up a throw. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though, and it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that 3rd down, keeping the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw the little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right, that opening drive, keep those chains moving.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun, and he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're on offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Man, you're talking about a coach setting the tone on the first drive of the ball game. On his own side of midfield, he says, forget it, punting unit. We're going for it. And his guys are able to get him a first down.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump the ball to their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Gun! 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 Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now with Robinson. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Play fake. Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes back.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Leopard! Leopard! Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. I got 83. Set. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw here. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Gun, 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 gun.
They'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
To start it out, Robinson. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'd open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Gun, 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 gun.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw. Going for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Leopard! Check three! Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
1st down, Mayfield. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. All incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Gone!
He'll look to throw. He's got it at the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. And they'll turn a power game to try to get in. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. It's the fullback. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
A second down throw for Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Mayfield. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
Mayfield off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Detroit,
This offense
Detroit.
finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Mayfield on first down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Set to return it, here's Turner. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Mayfield now on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They shakes him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And it's taken in at the 9. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
All right, now, look at 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. And it's up and good. Lutz now to kick this one away. Set to return it. Here's Turner. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
That one goes for 24 yards. On the run, it's Robinson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch him now, Barney.
Mayfield on play action. And a dump off here to Robinson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
All right, now, look at 56.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Gone! Now let's go. Green, 39.
Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now Mayfield, flushed out right. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And a very nice return up to the 35, but was it aided by something illegal? Let's find out. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Leopard, Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Saints on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7.
Gone, 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 gone.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Detroit, Detroit.
2nd down, Mayfield. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run here with Robinson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Again, it's Robinson. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Lucky 56. Over.
He'll get it up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock.
Watch him now, Barney.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Saints on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 11.
Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get him to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
He's back to throw. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field. But guess what? This one's now just about over.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match.